Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we'll look at lists in Python and basic operations on lists. So in the last video, we already saw what are lists, how we can perform indexing with lists, and how to find the length of the list. So let's get going. So let's create a simple list. Let's say 10 Python and let's say 10.5. This is my L1 list. The length of L1 is 3 because there are 3 elements in the list, right? Now, let's start with mutability in lists. Mutability means the ability of a particular data structure or a data type to change elements inside it without getting its memory location changed. Now, before looking at mutability, let's first check the memory address of this list. So how to check the memory address? We have the function called id, which gives you the memory address of a particular variable. So this is the memory address ending with 5632. All right. Now, how to change an element of a list? For example, if I want to change, let's say this 10.5 to something else, right? So before changing, we should know what is the index of that particular value. So the index is 2. So L1 of 2 is what 10.5 is, right? So when you want to reassign some things to a variable, what you will do? You will do equal to and some value. Similarly, when you want to change a value of a particular index inside a list, you can do L1 of 2 or the list of that index equal to the new value that you want to assign. All right, so let's do that. So L1 of 2 equal to, let's say, 40.5. All right, let's see if this works. It actually works. Check the value of L1. If you see, the last element, the second element or the index number 2 element of L1 has been changed to 40.5 as we have done it above. Now, one important thing to understand here is after we change this value, 40.5, is the element of L1 getting changed? Sorry, is the memory address of L1 getting changed? The answer is no. Still, it is the same value, which is 5632, ending with 5632. So, L1 list or in general lists are mutable data types, which means we are able to change the internal element of a list without changing the memory location of the entire list. This is called mutability in lists. All right. So next thing is what? Next thing we're going to understand is what is concatenation and repetition of lists. We'll start with concatenation. So what is concatenation? Concatenation is nothing but joining something together. So we already have L1. Now let's create a list called L2. Okay. Let's say this list has 20 Java and let's say 1.5. Okay. This is my list L2. Now, if I want to do or want to combine this list L1 and L2 elements together, let's say I want 10 Python 40.5 and 20 Java 1.5 to be part of a single list, we can do that. We can do concatenation by simply using the plus operator. So L1 plus L2. If I do this, what will happen? It will not start adding anything, okay? It will join the elements of the list L1 and L2 together to form a new list in the output. It will not change any of these lists L1 and L2, but it gives a new list. This can be stored in a new variable of your choice and be used as you want. So this is what it's called concatenation or joining of two lists. All right. Now, what is repetition? Repetition, as the name suggests, repeating something, right? So if you, let's say, for example, again, we have L1. If you want to repeat these elements again and again, n number of times, then we use the concept of repetition. And repetition in Python for lists is done using the star operator, right? For arithmetic operations, star operator is used for multiplication. But in case of lists or tuples or for strings, if we use the star operator, it will do repetition of elements of that particular data structure or data type. In this case, we are using list. So let's do one thing. Let's do L1 star 3. Now, what is the meaning of this? This will basically not multiply anything. This will repeat the elements of the list L1 3 times. So 10 Python 40.5, 10 Python 40.5, 10 Python 40.5 will be the output in a new list. Okay, the elements of the L1 list is repeated 3 times. And again, you get a new list. You will not, it will not do any change to the L1 list. You get a new list. Again, you can store it in a new variable. All right, I hope this makes sense. Now, third thing that we're going to see is slicing. So we had a video of basically in which we understood what is slicing in general. We took an example of a string over there, but slicing concept is not limited to strings only. It can be done for lists as well. All right. So in that case, let's create a new list called L3. For simplicity, I'll simply use a few of the integers here. Okay. So that we don't get confused. Another thing, if you see this list, I have created a list with multiple elements and this 3 is repeated, right? A value 3 is repeated. So is that possible? Yes, it is possible. We can have duplicate elements in the list. This is another feature of lists. Lists can have any data type as element and lists can have repeated elements as well, right? One same value can be repeated multiple times. Okay, so this is my list. The length of my list L3 is 8. Now let's see slicing in this list. So you know the syntax of slicing, right? In square bracket, we do the starting index, let's say 2, colon, the ending index, let's say 5, and the step, let's say colon 1. Now, what will this line of code do? So if you write the indexes like this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? My starting index is 2. So it will start from here. This is my start. My ending index is 5. So this is my end index or the stop index, right? Which will not be included. Remember from the slicing concept, the end index will not be included in the output. So it will stop before the end index. It will start from here, including the start index, and the step is 1. So it will start from the second index, go to the third index, then it will go to the fourth index. It cannot go to the fifth index because that is the end index. So the output will be 7, 3, and 0. Now, if you remember, when we do a slice of a string, we get a substring out of it, right? We fetch the substring, right? So when you do a slice of a list, you get a sublist. The output will be 7, 3, and 0 in a new list. All right, let's execute it and see what happens. You get 7, 3, and 0. All right. You can use negative indexing over here as well if you want to. So let's take another example. We have this L3 and we'll do L3 1 colon 7 colon 2. So when we do 1 colon 7 colon 2, what it will do? The starting point is 1. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is my start. This is my end index. Right? And end is obviously excluded. So it will exclude end. It will start from 1. So it will fetch 1. Then if you see the step, it is not 1, it is 2. It means it will go to the third index. Right? It will fetch 3. Then from here, it will go to the fifth index. So it will fetch 8. Then from here, can it go to the seventh index? No, it can't. So it will stop here. It can't go to the sixth index as well because the step is 2. After 5, it has to go to 7, which it can't. So it will stop at the fifth index. The output will be 1, 3, and 8. Let's see that. The output is 1, 3, and 8. All right. So this is what we wanted to do with with lists in this video. We wanted to see how mutability works in lists, how concatenation and repetition of lists are done, and how we can do slicing of lists. Thank you.